I said life is a movie.
And let's get into some good shit.
So let's get into the movie. Let's get into the movie.
Yeah. Let's get it. Ballin'! Yeah.
And Jim Jones hit you up about that? Like, dude, what you did, man? You
we tried to license that song originally, but they didn't want to let it go for a fair price, in my opinion.
Wow. When you say they.
Yeah, I believe, I don't want to say wrong. I believe it's the guy from Couch. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now. It'll come to me while we talking with Jim. They both have rights, like part and part.
Right.
Yeah. And I reached out to him immediately because when I first heard the title, and that's what my man Rich Black, he wrote it. That's my partner, and he was like, balling. I said, we got to go get this record. It's about a basketball player. It fits.
Now you got Lance Stephenson.
Yeah.
In the movie. He's playing the NBA star.
He's playing basically he's the best player in the NBA, in the league, technically. Jalen King.
Jalen King.
Yeah.
Now Lance has been on fire.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here today.
The past couple of weeks. Listen, whenever he get out here, send him through.
Yeah,
bro.
He's working though. He's definitely in the gym. He's doing a lot of stuff right now. But I'll get him back out here.
Right now he's in the 3-on-3, the big three.
Yep. Shout out Ice Cube with that league.
Yeah, shout out Ice Cube. Definitely.
I got my own league too. That's why we got to support each other. So I got a basketball league called Clash Pro League.
Clash Pro.
Yeah. It's right here in Harlem, 119th in Manhattan Ave. And we going up. And second season's coming right now. In October, we'll be starting. Actually, in September, we do a combine first, and then the season starts in October.
How does somebody get into your league?
Get in the combine. If you ain't getting to the combine, if all of the coaches don't get to see you and know you're actually available, it's actually called the Lance Stephenson rule. I made this because Lance was supposed to play last year, but he only wanted to play for one coach, Ra. And I was like, Ra, I can't let that happen. Why not? I said, because the other coaches will pick them if they're in front. It's a draft.
Right.
They'll pick Lance. They're not going to, no, but he's going to play for me. I said, I can't do that in the spirit of just being fair.
Right.
You can't do that. So everyone that wants to participate has to be inside of the combine or on the draft board. Okay. So all coaches know they're up for, being drafted.
How does someone reach out
Clash,
to represent?
Go right to the Clash app, Clash Basketball. Go to Clash Basketball on Instagram and DM that. You get right in. We'll respond right back to you about whatever questions you asking. But if you really a hooper, this is not no play. Mm-hmm. These are all professionals. They played overseas, NCAA, D1 players, might have played in the league, came back down. These are all D1 players that's sitting here in New York with nowhere to go. Right. So, yeah, it's real.
It's real. Where do you see that going? It was a big three. It took some time.
Big Three still got time to go. They still got more to go, but they did sell like 2 or 3 teams, I think. So that's a big deal. I'm using a different approach. I'm using influencers for my team owners to market and promote. But where do I see it going? We're going to do New York. Then I'm going to go to Baltimore. I'm going to Chicago, Atlanta. Leagues, not teams. So each league will be in each state.
In each state, okay.
Yeah, I'm going with is a plethora of basketball players. You know what I'm saying? You think about the college game and how many players come through college that don't get a job. That's nice, right? That could ball.
What do they do?
Exactly. And if
you see a 7-foot nigga walking down the street, looking angry.
Yeah, there you have it. Come get a job. CPL.
Come get a job.
Yeah. But I got rid of agents. That's something else that's very important.
Right.
My business with agents, I got rid of them because agents kind of block you. If you don't have the right agent, they don't get you opportunities. Now it's on you. Solicit the coaches. Just DM them, call them, get a number on them, try and find them. They out and about right now, all the street ball. You see I got my Dykeman shit on. They out right now.
Right.
So go get next to these coaches, that's the coaches for the league, and talk to them. Show them your tapes, tell them you nice. You know what I'm saying? That they may not know about you. They may not know you available.
Right.
Go do that.
All right.
And again, it's a great, the gym go crazy. Crazy. I'm gonna send you some clips so you see it.
Yeah, some highlights. We throw them in the footage.
Yeah,
That'll
for
be
sure.
wild.
I'll send you some highlights. This shit go crazy.
So is the movie based on somebody that?
No. The movie, Rich came up with this concept. I don't know if you know who Alfred Hitchcock is.
Yes.
Old filmmaker.
Yeah.
He come back in the day, slide in with his big belly
and a cigar. Yeah.
And he had made a movie called Dial M for Murder. We took the Dial M for Murder concept and made it our culture. You understand what I'm saying? So it's for us. So, but it's the same concept, the same type of plot twists and everything. You gotta see it's a lot of plot twists in this shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So you got Lance.
You know, we got Lance Stephenson, we got Safari, we got a brand new actress named Brenda Paulino, dope. Rebecca, incredible, and Trey Chaney. Trey Chaney's from The Wire. That's the 5 main characters in the movie.
Nice. How did Lance do it? Because I'm gonna tune in tonight. Tonight I definitely gotta tune in and watch the movie.
So Lance, here you go, bro. I'm gonna give you a critique right now.
Here it is.
Lance was all in. Anything you do good at, you gotta be all in. So, you know, if you have, we would say, like, you got both feet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have them in there. You can't play around.
Right.
Lance was all in from the beginning because I did a very rigorous, let's say, reading every day for almost 2 months to get you to know your character to act, because I didn't want to go out in the field in production and now if you can't do it, I got to do it again.
Right.
Do it again. And that's costing me too much money. So I had a way, I did Zooms with all of them and acting, reading, and I seen him progressively getting better each time. He put in the work. The man put in the work. And all I told him when we were shooting is I said, listen, I'm not going to put out no whack shit. If you fucking looking crazy, I'm not going to put it out. So I got you covered.
Right.
And he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
I want
what's
you
up.
to take a look.
That's what's
I
up.
want you to take a look.
I'm definitely gonna look. Now, right now,
it.
Lance can do no wrong in my eyes.
I'm gonna give you one more because
Yeah.
we did a soundtrack because of Lance. So Lance Stephenson started rapping,
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, okay, let's go make a song for the movie while we're shooting."
Yeah.
Take him out to Circle House big studio. He tell me he never been in a big studio.
Circle
So
House.
don't ever get it fucked up, Lance. I did that for you, boy.
Shout out to the team at Circle House or Miami.
You know, yeah.
Love that spot.
Facts.
Love
so
that
I
spot.
got my producer, Nuri Boy out there in Miami. Nice. Come in the studio, engineer. Lance was like, yo, he's usually making his records at the crib.
Right.
But what I noticed, again, both feet. He really want to do that music shit.
Wow, look, we saw this Rap Radar shit go up
Yeah.
a couple months ago. I was like, oh shit. You see basketball player about to rap.
Yeah.
We know what just happened before that. So, like, another one of these niggas, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Let them
You know
live
what I
their
mean?
dreams, man.
But I listen, I'm like, yo, this shit kind of fire. Like, Lance is...
Yeah, put the bars together and let me tell you if you don't hear the bars right.
Hold on. Yeah.
And I told him the same thing in music.
But that's Coney Island, so I should have...
See,
it's Coney Island.
I told him the same thing I told him in acting. I said in music, same thing. I said, Lance, when you in the studio, if it don't come out good, we could delete it. No one ever has to hear it. See, people don't understand this. This is where you're supposed to try shit.
An experiment.
Right. Because you might find that new sound, that new flow, everything that changes the game. I said, so just be free, man. And he don't get high or nothing. He's a very clean living dude, man. So, getting high helps you stimulate some of that creativity sometimes for some people.
Some people.
But, he's in there and, man, this dude was writing hooks. I started calling him the Black Drake because he want to sing.
Right.
And you we got the soundtrack out. The movie's out. The soundtrack is out right now. On all streaming platforms. Through Adventure Music, my company.
All right, look. We're going to figure this out.
Yeah, you got to. And I'm going to get you the music, everything.
It's Lance Stephenson, the Black Drake.
Yes.
We need to know.
Yes.
We need to know. We need to know if this is happening.
The Black Drake. He was coming up with hooks and like man, for real.
Listen, Lance is super hot right now.
Yes, he is.
That one-on-one
With Beasley.
with Beasley.
Yeah. Look,
You know, I haven't had this feeling since like maybe early battle rap days when we really started doing like the Webster Halls and when everybody's there.
Yeah.
And like the whole crowd is just part of the whole shit.
Yeah. Vibing.
I haven't felt like that. Like I got goosebumps watching that shit. I was like, yo, this one-on-one shit is crazy.
Man.
And then I watched Kyrie. He actually has a video of him reacting to the whole video. And I'm listening, I'm like, yeah, this might be some shit right here.
They got something there.
Word.
They got something there. The question is, what athletes are gonna want to do it? And listen to me, the money. Look at Joe Johnson. He was like, I'll play him, but you gotta get that bag, gotta be bigger.
All right, Joe.
Heard you.
ISO Joe, we got you. But there's gonna be other people.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm telling you, the way Kai was so excited watching it. I'm like, I know he
So if you ever, like I did with Tracy McGrady, shout out to Tracy McGrady, T-Mac, he has the OBL league. And when I go out today, it's just regular plays that you don't really maybe know.
Right.
That's doing one-on-one. The game is so physical. See, if these pros bring that physicality there, the crowd gonna go crazy. Because these are elite athletes doing it. Yeah, they're gonna go crazy. I did a one-on-one right here with Day Day and Doozy. Those are two of the players from my league. Went viral, went crazy. Right indictment. I had T-Mac there and I had Jaylen Brown there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Jaylen. And they came to be part of it. Because I told T-Mac I wouldn't do one-on-ones without him because it's really when he started the one-on-one movement. But you know, it's one-on-one. You can't coin that, right? Everyone's gonna jack you. Yeah. But what I was mad is they had one-on-one and they're like trying to for the Olympics and all that. How you not give that to T-Mac and let him be the nigga to run that shit? That's this is when you know the power. T-Mac, hold on, watch this. This is when you know the power of Nike versus Adidas. Because that's where it goes back to. T-Mac's Adidas. Nike blocks him on every fucking front they can. Shit is crazy.
You know, the past couple of years, I've heard the rumblings of the Nike and Adidas, depending on who you sign to. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
Shit is deep.
Yeah.
I'm going Antler. That's Kyrie's.
Yeah. I gotta shout out Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Shout out Jaylen Brown. He started
the real rap. That's the one-on-ones go crazy. And if you get these elite athletes to play like these guys do, like you just seen, that's why you said you caught chills.
That was crazy.
But it do take crazy dudes to do it.
Yeah.
Like them two is perfect.
Perfect. They was perfect. They was perfect.
Yeah.
Shout out, they made a movie. Man. They made a movie. But balling, you got Safari in there. What made you say, you know what? Let me go.
You know, Safari, when you look at these Tubi type movies, you see the actors and actresses that's in it. Why wouldn't he be in? Like he's got the following. I think he could be a leading man. He did really well. Again, followed lead, listened to direction. And as the movie was shot, it's only 17 days, so it's not a lot.
Right.
But you see them progressively getting better because they start understanding what acting's really about. When the cameras, the walking, and actually now you got to touch someone instead of just reading the line. Right. You got to talk to them with your hand. Yeah. You can't just be stiff and be, you know what I'm saying?
You really got to like put yourself in a different zone.
Yeah, and all of them, no exaggeration, no bullshit. We had, if you get any of those characters that I mentioned there or anyone that was part of the set, they'll tell you how great a time they had. See, I create environments because I believe environment creates the greatness, the sound, just like in music. We had incredible environments. And I'm part of the one that would set that environment, that tone. Whatever type of record we want, that's the kind of environment we would be in. You know, if you wanted to make a club record, we out in the club and then come right back to the studio. Now,
this movie it's been #1 for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, going into the third week right now, and we didn't even start promoting. You know,
I did notice that.
I'm gonna tell you
I
what
think Lance
happened.
did something like 6 days ago,
I'm
and
gonna
that's the only thing I saw.
keep it a buck. We put it out on Tubi. Tubi didn't even tell us when they released it. Safari's man hits him up, one of his fans, and tells him it's out. They love the movie, and then he hits me and Rich and was like, "What's going on?" And I don't understand. This is how they treat black movies. This is part of the problem of the business that we gotta fucking rectify. But you know, this is when you need the Dame Dashes, right?
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
America News. You need America News because here's why. Because it's us, and he'll understand that. Where these big companies, they don't care. Mm-hmm. They taking your money. If I tell you the deals they giving out over there, it's ridiculous. It's so bad. You don't even own half of your movie. You heard me? You make $1, they own 55 cents. You're getting 45 cents on your dollar. That's thug shit. What was that shit with Bumpy Johnson? He put the cup, he said, you didn't pay your 10%. What happened to him? That's what has to happen. Wow, Tubi gotta get it.
Herb. I said Herb.
Yeah, so I told you
Chris,
he's here.
You can't say stuff like that.
No, you gotta say stuff like that. Tubi gotta get it, bro. Tubi has to get it. There's an expression in hedge funds. Mm-hmm. You know, they make all the money. They make so much money. My boy Izzy makes over almost $3 billion in 1 year. That's how much money these niggas can make. And the expression is, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. You telling me Tubi at 55% ain't a hog? No, they gotta get slaughtered. See, that's the reality of what they doing. We have to eliminate them and go to an American New, next generation. These are the new generation. These are the independent-owned distribution companies that could get your movies on these places too, or have a place where you can go watch them. And we can make money. But the business there's 110 million, like I said, plus subscribers on Tubi. It's just numbers and math. Right. Math. Yeah. It's just numbers and math. Right. At the end of the day, if we did that with, let's use New Generation, we would make way more money and she would have all the power. There's a girl named Vicky out in Philly. She owns this New Generation TV. She would have all the power, which now we could control that by making sure we give it back to the people that's putting out these movies. Right. You know, how did Tubi get popping in the first place? It's like
black movies. Black movies,
but low budget. See, Hollywood never thought niggas could make movies at this price point. First of all, they never thought we could make movies with cameras, the cameras they use. And it's so political when you dive into shit. Your math, when you dive into this shit, is fucked up because they changing what the policy is to use the camera to make it harder for us to acquire that camera.
Camera to be able
to shoot because we only accept this type of camera.
This quality but you got to look at things like Money and Violence.
Yes.
And how they were able.
Money and Violence. Go ahead and do your research. Irv. I put him on the Money and Violence. He sees it and goes crazy, gets in touch with them and brings them right to Jay and connects them with Jay to get their deal. Because that's what we do. We want niggas to get money. Right away, that's what we did. As soon as we seen it, go, Jay, yo, you know about this Money Vine? And that's how they got their first deal there. But this is it. They had their own audience watching. Now, if you could push that to your own network, right? That's the game.
Now you gotta wonder. If you're out there creating Adidas, what's Nike gonna do?
Who cares?
You say who cares. Now I gotta ask you a question. This was something I was
Nike and Adidas coexist forever. That's something we was taught bad. Like the coexistence of brands. Coke and Pepsi is cool. Don't give a fuck. Coke don't give a fuck. Pepsi don't give a fuck. You understand? Right. We was taught, no, you gotta be the one.
They agree on the price point.
How many fucking...
That's why. That's why. They agree on the price point.
Well,
as long as you keep your shit there, I'm going to keep my shit here.
It don't even matter.
Right.
You don't need to agree. You could see if they're bigger, let's say they're bigger, and that's their price point, you could say, I'm under that.
But the motherfucker that steps into the situation, fucking with the price point, that becomes a problem.
I'm with that.
I heard a rumor.
I'm with that problem.
I heard a rumor,
gotta be.
and I want to bring it back real quick. Because I heard a rumor that at one point in time, Murder Inc. linked up with Suge Knight. Matt Hoffa, I'm back with 100 opinions, and I'm here with
Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know.
Nas or Jim Jones.
You talking about like who rap better? Yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna have to go with Jim Jones, bro. I'm gonna have to go with Jim Jones, but
It makes sense.
but hold on, but time out.
Definitely makes sense.
But time out, hold on. When you want to talk about woke rapping and all that, Nas got it. But I don't know
Woke
Jim.
rapping?
You know what I'm talking about, bro.
I-
Like that Malcolm X rapping, bro. Fetty Wap is better than Jim Jones.